Hey, Pastor Josh here. Just want to give you an update on Redeeming Grace Church. It's been exciting a couple of weeks. First of all, you can see behind me is the logo. So John Simpson worked this up for me, and we installed it last week, and I think it looks great. So thanks, John, for your work on that. It really, I think, makes the office looks great, and so I'm grateful for that. A few things I want to let you know about that I'm excited about. There's just been a lot of great progress the last couple weeks. Last Thursday I spent about an hour meeting with the executive director and the chief customer service person there, and we just discussed storage. So I approached them via email several weeks ago about the possibility of us storing like sound system stuff and see if they would be open to that at all, just so we're not carrying stuff in and out in snow and weather and banging through the doors and all that kind of stuff. We could just keep a lot of it there. That would be so nice for us, save a lot of time, and they were agreeable. So we went and we looked at some spaces, and basically we have all the storage we would ever need, and they've just been so great. I must say, I've just been so impressed with the journey and their hospitality and their willingness to make this work for us. They've just bent over backwards to make me feel welcome at home and comfortable there, and anticipating needs that even I'm not anticipating yet. And I was thinking about this, that if I were to make up the ideal partner, I'm not sure I could improve on what I actually have. So thankful for that. And I gave them a bunch of business cards. They requested some advertising stuff just so that they could begin telling people that a church is coming. So how kind of them to receive us with open arms and to want to help spread the word about what is happening through our church in their place there. So it's just been great, and so I'm thankful for that conversation. A couple things tomorrow. One is that I'm going to be going to Haggerty's with Dylan, and we've done some brainstorming together with Dylan and his parents and Haggerty's, kind of seeing what we could get to try to get a sound system that fits us well. And so we're going to pull the trigger on that tomorrow. So it's going to start feeling real now. And the reality is that we actually start meeting Sunday nights as our core team in November. On Sunday nights, the 2nd and 4th Sunday nights of November and December, we're going to meet at the Journey. We're actually going to start worshiping there. So it's going to start to really feel real because we're going to start making ourselves at home there. So we're getting the sound system now to try to get it figured out, get used to it. And then when November and December start, we're going to start setting it up in the Journey and figuring out how it works in there. And we'll be ready to go in January. So that's happening tomorrow. Also, I've got a friend of mine who's just he's been part of planting several churches, and he's just an administrative whiz. And so I'm gonna have a call with him tomorrow, and just to consult with him about legal status, insurance, just a lot of those incorporation things, accounting, statements, those kinds of things, and just get his take on what the right pacing for that kind of stuff is. That's what he's done many times with other church plants, and so looking forward to that call. So tomorrow's going to be a big day with getting a sound system, and then talking with this expert on how to go about pacing out our officialness as a church, our legal status, and the accounting and statements and all that stuff. So tomorrow's a big day, Wednesday, October 9th. It's going to be a big day in the life of our church as we take a big step forward tomorrow. This last Sunday at South Canyon Baptist Church, we had the harvest offering, the annual fall harvest offering, and the church was gracious enough to take that offering, whatever was going to be received. Half of it would be used for some building improvements that are much needed at South Canyon, but for Redeeming Grace to have the other half. So South Canyon's been so great in that they're letting me take a bunch of people, and they're sending us with some money, and considering having us in their budget for 2020. So that's just beyond generous, and I really appreciate the kingdom-mindedness of South Canyon, to love the idea of the mission going forward more than loving comfort or finances or whatever. So just thank you to South Canyon, and what a glorious thing this has been So that harvest offering ended up being $16,847. There still seems to be more that's going to be trickling in over the next week, but so if you cut that in half, that's just under $8,500, which if you add that to what we've raised already so far, that puts us at $28,000. So if you've been paying attention to my videos, then you know that the goal was to raise $25,000 before we started, and that was about what I predicted we were going to need for our startup funds. But here's the deal: we're at $28,000, so we've exceeded that already in only 2.5 months of receiving funds, 3 months. And as I'm going about purchasing things are coming in less expensive than I thought. So not only have we exceeded the $25,000, but I'm thinking that maybe we're going to be able to only need to spend $15,000 in startup funds. So what that means is that we are we're going to continue to accumulate funds, obviously, but that's going to allow us to go into 2020 with a cushion and with some flexibility to be able to invest in ministry and mission right away, because we're just going to be ready to go. So what a blessing it has been. So a couple things that are coming up. One is that next week, Monday through Friday, going to be gone the whole week next week at the Pillar Conference in North Carolina. Bree and I are going to go to that. We're looking forward to some time away together. And then at the Pillar Conference, Pillar is a network of churches that are focused on planting more churches, about 103, I think, Pillar churches. And so I'm going to get an opportunity to rub shoulders with those guys, and it's 103 churches that are passionate about church planting and wanting to know what the latest church is that they can invest in, and we're the latest church. So it's going to be a great opportunity just to receive some encouragement and some wisdom and some support. So that's next week. And then some of those Pillar churches are located in the Twin Cities, and so there's 2 pastors there that have really checked in on me, looking out for me, wanting to make sure I'm doing things in a healthy way, know that I'm being prayed for. Well, they're going to pay for Bree and I and the kids for us to take a trip out to the Twin Cities and spend a weekend out there. And so we're going to go out Friday, November 1st, spend November 2nd, probably see Kalen Trapp, probably just enjoy some time as a family, celebrate Bree's birthday. Then on the 3rd, I'll be at one church on Sunday morning, one church on Sunday evening, and then they're just going to take an offering and send us home with a bunch of money. So they just are being so gracious and generous with me on more than just the financial side, but just the care of my soul, the wisdom with which we work forward in the vision, and I just am so grateful for that. So that's coming up too. So the Pillar Network has been just a godsend in this process, and I'm thankful for them. I just want to say one more quick thing is for those of you that are not on the core team but still interested, I don't want you to get discouraged or lose heart that for whatever reason not being able to be on the core team. We still want to have you, and we have to have a certain level of commitment, and we've already started doing training on the core team, and the reason for that is we're wanting to establish a new, fresh culture. And we have to have a certain amount of time together to do that, and we have to have a certain, we've got to kind of draw the boundaries around that. But as soon as we launch in January, we're counting on some of you to join us, and there will be a membership process to be able to join us that'll be quicker than what the core team's going through. But we need to establish a base, and then we're counting really on a lot of you joining in on that. So don't be discouraged. Just keep watching these updates. Keep praying for us. Keep asking questions about how you can be involved. And then have that first Sunday in January, jump in right away, and we'll catch you up quick and then begin to proceed forward with the ministry that God has for us. So God is blessing. He is providing in phenomenal ways. Money is not the most important thing, but it is a thing, and God has been providing that thing. But also just the joy of our trainings together. We've had great discussions, and are moving forward in making sure that we're a healthy culture, a healthy church, so that when people come to our church, they're joining a healthy, loving family that already is ready to go. And so we're grateful for that. Thank you so much for your generosity and all this, for your prayers, for your encouragement. And I am just so glad that you're on this journey with me. That gives me a lot of encouragement on those days when it feels really heavy or I'm wondering what the heck I'm doing. It's nice to just sit back for a moment and go, I have good, godly people who believe in me, who see the vision, and can spur me on. And I'm not doing this alone. And so for that, I'm very grateful. So I love you all. Thank you so much for your partnership in the gospel. And let's see what God does as we continue to move forward. Thanks for taking the time to watch this.